Hello students, welcome to science class. Today we are going to learn the second part of lesson number 3 science, diversity in living things and their classification, standard 6, academic year 2020-2021. In our last session we have learned about the diversity in plants and the structure of a plant. Now let's see further. Now let's learn about the need for classification of plants. Up to now, information about lakhs of plants has been collected. While studying the diversity in plants, they are classified for the sake of convenience on the basis of the similarities and differences in their structure, their organs and their other characteristics. सो स्टूडेंट्स कि हमने यहाँ पे देखा कि नीड्स फॉर क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ प्लांट्स क्यों ज़रूरी है कि इनकी क्लासिफिकेशन की जाए प्लांट्स की, एज इट इज़ इन डाइवर्स इन नंबर एंड देर आर लैक ऑफ प्लांट्स वी हैव कलेक्टेड द इंफॉर्मेशन येट नाउ. ओके, फॉर द कन्वीनियंस, मतलब कोई भी हमें प्रॉब्लम ना हो इनके स्ट्रक्चर्स को समझने के लिए, या फिर इसलिए इनको कैरेक्टराइज किया गया कैसे, इन सिमिलैरिटीज़ एंड differences. Okay students, now let's move further. The scientist Carolus Linnaeus made the first scientific classification of plants. Initially it was his method of classification that was used by all. Now here is the scientist whose name is Carolus Linnaeus. He was the first scientist who had made the classification of plants, and the method of classification used by him was used by all. Now observe and discuss this. What you all have to do, take a round through a garden or in your surrounding and list the plants that you see. Draw their pictures as well. Draw a table as shown below and complete it on the basis of the information you gather. Discuss it in the class. Now you can see in this picture also there is a table. Now what you all have to do, see in the first column name of the plant. As example, it is given the rose. Then where does the plant occur, grow? Nature of the stem, circumference, color, bark, hard, soft, etc. Then the height, short, medium, very tall, etc. Branches, nature, number, etc. Leaves, color, shape, edge, etc. Flowers, color, fragrance, shape, etc. Nature of the fruit, color, shape, hardness or softness, etc. Uses, which part is used. So there is a classification chart table. If you will able to write the information about all these different columns, then you can easily classify the plants. Okay students, let's learn more about the classification of plants. We can easily notice the differences in the shape and height of the plants in our surrounding. It is easy to classify the plants on the basis of this observation. Now you can see in this picture 3.3 diversity in plants. You can see now students there are different plants who are looking different in height, in shape, okay, in structure. Now students, there is a question for you all. Can you tell what are the similarities between a mango, a banyan and a tamarind tree? I hope you all got your answers. Let me tell you the answer. Mango, banyan and tamarind are huge trees. They are big in size. बहुत बड़े plants होते हैं. तो उनकी similarities क्या है जो same है उनमें quality, कि वो सारे ही बड़े और strong trees होते हैं. Okay. Now let's learn about the plants. Trees. Some plants grow tall. Their stem or trunk is hard and strong. They have branches at some height above the ground. They bear flowers and fruit for many years. Such plants are called trees. Trees are tall, big and perennial. That is, they live for many years. Now what we have seen, trees किसे कहते हैं? What is the definition of a tree? Means that a plant that grows tall and it have a strong stem and trunk. So that is called as the plant which bear flowers and fruits and which live for many years. That is called as a trees. Okay students. Now one more question for you all. What are the similarities between the hibiscus, oleander and lantana plants. Now let me tell you the answer. These plants are shrubs that do not grow tall. Now you have seen na? The plant which grow tall, strong, that is called as trees, and the plants which grow in short, in height, that all are called as shrubs. Some plants grow close to the ground. You can see in the picture. They give out branches very close to the ground. They are shorter and smaller than the trees, but they have a thick and hard stem. The oleander, hibiscus, lantana, coranthi and rose are shrubs that may grow up to 2 to 3 meters. The next question. What are the similarities between the fenugreek and periwinkle plants? Fenugreek and periwinkle are small herbs. Now students, do you know what is fenugreek? Students, fenugreek we call in Hindi methi. Okay. Now herbs grow 1 to 1.5 meters tall. The stem of herbs are green and quite flexible as compared to those of trees and bushes. Herbs may live for a few months or up to 2 years. According to the size and height of their stems, plants can be classified into 3 types. Now we have learned here according to the size, मतलब उसकी size या फिर height कितनी लंबाई है. Stems and plants can be classified. कितने divisions में classified होते हैं? Into 3 main. That is the trees, shrubs and herbs. I hope you all have understood about these 3 classified divisions of tree. Okay, now there is one more question for you all. Can you tell, have you seen vines like the pumpkin, the railroad creeper, carvalil, watermelon or the grapevine? How do they grow? Okay students, I will tell you the answer. We have seen some creepers na, they always grow in some support. Now these creepers needs the support to grow. You can see in the picture also here. Vines. Some vines need vertical support for growing, while some others spread on the ground. Climbers like the money plant have aerial roots. Have you seen the cucumber tendrils that look like a spring? Of what use they be? Touch the stem of any vines. What do you feel? Think on it students. Now there is one more question for you all. For how many years do crops like bajra, wheat, corn, radish, marigold live? Do you know? All the above plants survive for about 1 year. The life cycle of plants like jowar, sunflower is completed in 1 year. These plants are called annuals. The life cycle of plants like the carrot, beetroot is of 2 years. They are called biennials. Shrubs like the hibiscus and oleander and trees like mango, gulmohar live for several years and bear flowers and fruits. They are called perennials. According to the period of their life cycle, plants are classified as annuals, biennials and perennials. Now students, can you tell to which part of plants are butterflies and insects attracted? Okay, I will tell you the answer. Butterflies and insects are attracted towards the flowers of the plants. I hope you also got your answers now. Students, plants that bear fruits, they are called as flowering plants, and while the plants that never bear flowers are called non-flowering plants. Non-flowering plants may not have organs like roots, stems and leaves. Students, जो भी plants होते हैं जिसमें आप देखते होगे plants आसपास के सराउंडिंग में जिसके ऊपर फूल आते हैं उसे क्या कहते हैं? फ्लावरिंग प्लांट. और ऐसे भी प्लांट्स होते हैं बहुत से जिसपे कभी कोई भी फूल नहीं दिखते ना आते वहाँ पे, तो उसे क्या कहते हैं? नॉन फ्लावरिंग प्लांट्स. और ऐसे प्लांट्स के ऑर्गन जो पार्ट्स होते हैं जैसे रूट्स, स्टेम्स, लीव्स होते हैं ना, ये नहीं होते, इसलिए उन पे फ्लावर्स नहीं बियर करते. ओके स्टूडेंट. नाउ स्टूडेंट, देयर इज वन homework for you all. What you all have to do, you have to use your brain power and you have to try to find out the answers for these questions. The first one is, what type of plants are toadstools and mushrooms? Next is, what type of plant is the fig? And the next question is, do ferns and algae money plant bear flowers? These 3 question answers you will write in your Science CW book and try to find by your own self. Now students, do you know the world's largest flower is found in Indonesia? The diameter of the flower of the plant Rafflesia arnoldi is about 1 meter. The world's smallest flower is of the plant called Wolffia or duckweed. Its diameter is as small as 0.5 mm. Now you can see in this picture the both the plants, the largest one also and the smallest one also. Now students, there are 2-3 questions for you all. Can you tell where does the pomegranate shrub grow? Now do you know what is pomegranate? हिंदी में हम क्या बोलते हैं इसको? अनार, और मराठी में डाड़िम बोलते हैं. कहाँ पे ग्रो होते हैं आपको पता है? ओके, आई विल टेल यू. द shrub of pomegranate grows till the height of 6 to 10 meters in orchards or farms. The pomegranate is cultivated in orchards in western Maharashtra. Next question, where does the lotus grow? I know you must be knowing the answer. Let me tell you. Lotus is an aquatic plant and it is seen submerged in the water. Its roots are underwater while leaves float on the water surface. आपने लोटस का, जिसको हम हिंदी में कमल कहते हैं, देखा होगा ना फूल. कहाँ पे होता है वो? पानी के अंदर ही उसके लीफ स्टेम्स होते हैं, रूट्स होते हैं. सिर्फ फ्लावर ही हमें दिखता है ना पानी के ऊपर. यस. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज, वेयर डू bulrushes the railroad creepers grow? Bulrushes grow near water source. Usually it is seen growing on the banks of the water bodies. Railroad creepers are seen growing on the compounds of houses and on the roadsides. It can grow without support due to its green and flexible stem. Next question, where does the dodder plant grow? The dodder plant is a parasitic plant. It is seen growing on a host plant. It can absorb all required nutrients from the host plant, that is the main plant. Okay. We see different plants growing in different places around us. Plants can be classified according to their habitat or the place where they grow. Land, water, marshy areas, desert, and even a big tree are the various habitat of the plants. Now you can see in this picture also there is a picture of plants and flowers which bear in the water, under the water. Okay student, you can see the picture, a desert where the habitat of plants take place, which kind of plants grow in the desert areas and on the land. Okay students, I hope you have understood till here. Okay, now there is one more homework of question answers here given. Use your brain power. The first question, why does the water hammock float on water? Why is the stem of the cactus fleshy? What different criteria are used to classify plants? These 3 question answers also you will write in your Science CW book. You all have to try to find the answer of it. Okay students, now let's summarize the topic whatever we have learned today. Students, we have learned criteria for classification of plants. In that, first one was according to the shape and height of the stem. In that, we have learned about the tree, grow tall, have hard and strong trunk, branches strong and spreading, have fruits and flowers, perennial. Example, mango, tamarind, banyan. After that, we have learned about the shrub, grow close to the ground, less height 2 to 3 meter, small size, thick and hard stem. Example, oriander, hibiscus. Then we have learned about the herbs, less height 1 to 1.5 meter, grow only for few months or up to 2 years, green and flexible stem. Example, periwinkle and fenugreek. After that, we have learned about the creepers, very flexible, soft and green stem, rapid growth with the help of support. Aerial roots or tendrils are the organs for support. Some grow in the vertical directions while some spread horizontally. We have also learned according to the life cycle of plants in a annual, biennials and perennials form. Life cycle is completed in only 1 year. In annual, Example, jowar and sunflower. Biennials, life cycle is completed in 2 years. Example, carrot, beetroot. Perennials, live for several years. Shrubs like hibiscus, oleander, and trees like mango and gulmohar. According to nature of flowering or non-flowering. Plants bearing flowers are flowering plants. The plants that never bear flowers are called non-flowering plants. Such type of plants may not have roots, stems or leaves. After that we had learned about the classification according to the habitat. In that, land, water, marshy places and desert. In land, plants grow on land. Example, mango, jackfruits. Water, plants growing near water in two types, that is submerged and floating. In submerged, example algae. In floating, example lotus. Marshy places, example mangroves. Desert, example cactus. I hope students you have understood till here. Thanks for watching this video. What you all have to do, use your brain power question answers. You will try to find it and you will solve in your science CW book. With that, whatever structure just now we had summarizes, that also you will complete in your science CW book. In our next session, we will learn the next part of this lesson. Thank you for watching this video till here. Bye bye. Take care. Have a good day.